Hello and welcome back to an episode of Gnomoria. When we last left off, I kinda needed some more clay to actually finish the bunker. So people are running out and doing that. Now, it took me to open this first to realize, oh yeah, because it's actually been a week since I last recorded this. It has its own whole little story that I'll get to in a minute. Won't be too long or too annoying, but I set this up. As you can see, it's a little bit ramshackle on purpose. I kind of like the design of it looking perfectly imperfect, is what I will call it. Where some rooms are more in, some rooms are more out. The guy over here has the short straw because the entire floor is actually not connected to the base of the building. But you know, I like the design of, just like I said, that's something I'm going to coin actually. Perfectly imperfect. It's probably been done by someone else, but oh well. Now the reason why I didn't actually go post last week is because I was, after just one recording, I was just so tired and I didn't really feel like doing another one. And then the day after, I didn't have the oomph, the desire and will to actually record and actually make it entertaining. So, as cheap as that sounds, that usually those don't come across to me too often because I record videos in sessions, because if I recorded every day that would happen a lot. But recording in sessions normally prevents that, but this weekend was just, or last weekend was just not having it. Hey, another yak. That's always nice. Ah yes, and the stupid man's beeline for one of the emus. But these total up to 26 rooms, so we'll have a couple extra for the next gnomes that come in, which is probably when this thing is going to be finished, because it's going to take a long while. And actually, having designated that, it occurs to me that that's a more important job to them than actually laying that stuff down outside to get clay. That's not too good. And it's not like I can cancel this too easy, because that is a hell of a lot of work. I probably wouldn't even remember the exact design. As you can see, there are some parts that are clipped off, but I might put a wall on them later just to make them match up. In fact, I will. In fact, I will do that right now. Just block wall. Just to make them actually line up. And what I should probably do is actually speed it up. Forgot I didn't put that on yet. I am starting to get, well, it's the second day of spring. Never mind, crisis kind of averted. But my idea, basically, was it's something that I'm eventually going to do anyway for this thing, once I know I have my people settled for such a task. I mean, they have too much to do already. Adding that in would just be crazy, but have a fence, and there will only be one way in, possibly around here, whereas the way to get to the animals would be all the way over here on the opposite side. And this would have a complete fence, so they would have to physically cross by. And even then, I think I'd have a second fence for these, where the only way to get in would be from the side here, from going in a tunnel that goes around. Granted, that's not good for people giving them food, but it's good for actually making sure they don't get jumped. And we actually have a lot of yaks now. That is very good. And it seems that we actually have a lot of female yaks, so that's a lot of milk, which means a lot of cheese, which is nice. The gnome falls asleep on the floor. Oh yeah, because we don't actually have spare bed. We don't have spare beds. I mean, we do, but all of those are currently occupado. In fact, other people are falling asleep on the floor, aren't they? All the more reason to get the bedrooms themselves going. And actually, what I should do is start work on 16 other beds, because that'll take a while. What did I make them out of? I believe it was... No, it was applewood. I was going to say birch, but... applewood it is. I don't think I'm using it for much else, actually. So that would be pretty good. 4-poster bed frame out of apple. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I hope I clicked on it enough. And next would be the tailor to make... no, not the loom. The tailor to make 16 mattresses. Oh boy, I bet this guy is happy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Well, it gives my people some stuff to do. On top of all of the other things that need to be done, but those are general building orders. Those are... ooh. Where did you get lapis all the way out there? I mean, sheesh. We're collecting the clay. You still got more clay to replace, but that's okay. In fact, we're making clay because we have both the stoneworker and the miner awake, which is nice. So that means when there isn't blocks to place, they're over here placing clay blocks. It's actually mostly done down here. I mean, once that floor piece gets placed, I can very safely just start placing at least their mini dining hall. Like I said, I'm not sure how I'm going to get them to sleep in there. Because, like, I have to hollow this out, but I think I might make it out of something other than clay to actually make sure I have enough bloody clay. Clay might only be for their actual bunker location. And then I'll just have 2 little 3x3 rooms off here, and I'll leave space to make others for the future, just in case. But yeah, there'll be a training area, and then around the stairs, possibly behind the stairs, I think, might be their little personal dining hall, and off to one side will be just a barrel and a crate for food. And it'll accept all food, and it'll just have one kind of wine in it. And I'll have those as a higher priority than the foods in here to make sure those get stocked so those guys can stay there. And then we'll never see them again. This is going fairly well. In fact, they're laying the floors down too. I'm gonna have to replace the floors on the inside. I noticed that. By the way, I forgot a wall piece. No, not bauxite, you... Lapis. Please. Thank you. Ooh, we're getting more clay in there. I believe that probably means, yes, the floor is complete. So now the things I've been talking about, I could actually do. Except that floor isn't complete. I mean, you can't get it all the time, I guess. Now, I did have a thought. I don't think I'm actually ever going to use 4 training grounds, especially when I'm putting a training ground over there. So I might turn one of these wider ones. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that one of these wider ones. Well, both of the wider ones into 4 market stalls. So that way they're right here, and they can put their stuff there. My only issue is that the goblins would probably be fought around here. Actually, I had a thought. A thought that's not too good. I think the goblins may beeline the location on how we get into the bunker when they see people shooting at them. So I'm going to have to move the bunker entrance somewhere else to make sure that that doesn't happen, because if that's the case, they could very easily run in here and run in there. And I want them to at least be able to, well, at least have to see or have to get run into by our melee squad. So I think I might do is, once the fence is up, have the only way to get in there is to go directly around this entire thing, and the exit from this will be right over there, so we'll have ample time to actually stop them before they get to the range squad. This is provided the range squad actually needs help. Mind you, they might not actually need too much help, because we'll see them over here, we'll send our people out, and that's that. In fact, I might eventually connect this to a little shooting platform from up here, or possibly even the gatehouse itself. Because when our people charge out of the town to fight, the goblins are most likely going to be out of the range of our crossbows. And that's what I was worried about in the first place, with them beelining towards them. But now this thing is actually finished. So let's put a training ground right here, because I'm going to deconstruct that and actually place it on the floor. In fact, why don't I do that right now? And then, oh, that one in the corner still isn't finished when I thought it was. Well, poo. Still, what I'm going to do is deconstruct this one. So that way they take that down and bring it over there. This has a long way to go. It's probably not going to be until summer that we actually get that. Which is saddening, but it is inevitable. Is that even? Yes. Believe we've mostly replaced the clay that I asked. I mean, okay, there's a bit up there, but I think everything else has since been replaced. Which is good. Who are you? You are not dirt floor. You're kind of in... You're the cook. Is there really nothing else for the cook to do at the moment? I mean, okay, we don't have any bones. But... I mean, we're cooking bread. That's... Okay, we're cooking bread. Ooh, hello. I will immediately send Yeah, I want to check who's sleeping, though. Who is sleeping? The commander and a archer. That isn't too bad. At least it's not the shield guard. Let's sound the alarm and hope for the best. So let's put it on slow. Just run, you might get punched, but Where is the soldiers? The soldiers are coming. You need to run. You're blinded. Oh, there's an ogre too. Okay, you are bleeding, or you're injured, and you just are having trouble seeing. That is okay. However, now that that's begun, I want everybody to get in there, because now the tower shield wasn't actually in there. Well, funnily enough, we seem to be hitting them so much they're actually having difficulty. Oh god! Let's hold it like here. It's not too loud right here. But yeah, it's more just a war of attrition to get those ogres dead. But nobody died! That person who I thought was going to die didn't die. That is amazing. Alright, sound the all clear. Everybody is free to go right back to sleep. And just generally continue what we were doing. Where are you going? Seriously, where are you going? What? Really? We have... God, why are you going all the way out there to get cotton when there's literally some right here? And you passed out from exhaustion because you never bothered to actually go back to sleep. But we definitely have meat now to make wonderful, wonderful sandwiches. Which is always nice. Now, how is it going up here? Eventually I'll learn to stop checking every 5 minutes and just let it take its course. And how is this going? It is not having any progress. Still do need to butcher the ogre. The ogre will provide us plenty of food and some very nice, some nice leather. Thank you. And we also get some more bronze and a lot more copper. Which is nice, it's just not ideal. What? Thought I pulled my camera away for a second. Alright, we are actually... Yeah, I forgot we put that on... we put that on applewood because we had a lot of applewood but not a whole lot of pine. I'm gonna wait until the 6th day, halfway through spring. If this crap didn't grow in the slightest, I am just going to have to face the facts that this is just gonna be dirt up here. But then that'll allow me to make full-size farms to make sure our farmers are always doing something farming related. Are we there yet? The answer is no. I'm guessing one of the two is asleep. Yes. Actually, no, there's a lot of brick blocks there. They're just making lapis blocks so fast that everybody's getting caught up in doing this work. I mean, I can't really complain. That's nice work. It's just a little bit of a surprise there. We made a couple bits. Still need a hell of a lot more of them, though. Did you actually make all of the... No. Well, I was like, no, you're not even close. Oh, wait, that's the actual beds themselves. So you're actually mostly done. You still get a couple to make, but other than that... And that won't get clogged because I'm not ordering more than 20. I'm only ordering 16. Now, granted, I forget if it operates slower when there's more stuff in it, but at the moment, he doesn't really have a whole lot else to do, so it's perfectly fine. Get some more bones. Where did we get bones? I'm guessing... Where did... Yeah, we just butchered a yak, okay. Yep, some wonderful, wonderful sandwiches. A poorly crafted yak sandwich. Pinnacle of I don't think it's the pinnacle of culinary art when it's poorly crafted. By the way, I just want to dig this away. Just to get that out of the way. That hasn't even been fully replaced yet. In fact, they haven't even... No, they deconstructed that. They just haven't gone to place the new one because, again, there's so many blocks. And I need to deconstruct this to actually make sure they get in there. Thank you. And then what I'll do... No, not workshop. I want to go to... Close. I want to go to terrain. Block. And then just do that. That way, the reason why I overlapped it is because the AI is smart enough to say, hey, I should probably do this in order to make sure I don't screw myself over. There are certain cases where the AI is not smart enough for that, but for the most part, the AI is smart enough for that. Now, I'm guessing as people have stopped, there isn't enough blocks, meaning they should be doing other things that need to be done, including going over here, and yes, they are. Alright. Terrain, replace floor with a brick block right here. Now, what I want to do is actually set up the small dining hall. It doesn't need to be huge, because it's only a couple people. Designate dining room. Let's do it right here. Not the Great Hall. And I want to designate stockpile right here for bunker food. Put that at priority 1. So they actually get all the food into the bunker first. Goods. Food. I'll just select all food so they just put whatever in there. And then... bunker drink. Goods. Drink. What should they drink? Make them drink some beer. No, our grain is used. A grain at the moment is too important to be used on simple beer. Let's give them some good old strawberry wine. Yeah. Now I just want to put storage of a barrel. And actually, I can make these out of orange wood to fit my military's orange wood theme. But now what I need to do is mine this out. So this will be the wall. So 5. They're still going to have a 3x3 room, just like everybody else. Although, having said that, the hallway is right there. So 5 by 5, 5 by 5, and like so. I'll put a 2 thick hallway there. And I need to remove these ramps. Well, this ramp in particular, in order to place a new piece there. And mine it like so. And no, not storage. Every time. And a piece of dirt right there. And just to finish the look, let's build a ramp there. Wait, we can't because the block isn't there yet. Also, it might help if I place the furniture. They will get, let's say bauxite tables. Well, no, because it's already red in there, so let's say basalt. And one here, and one here. And I'll have statues in between, just to give them some kind of decor. And actually, what I'll do is put a pillar in the middle too. See, I don't really think lapis would fit, so let's go with basalt. Because I don't want it to be red to just meld with the entire room. And then 3 orange wood chairs. Okay, let's actually order those up. And stonemason. Table. Basalt, 1, 2, 3. And then over here, stone carver. What should I make these out of? You know what? As I don't have anything else, and I feel like black statues with black tables would not really match. Although having said that, our lapis is getting used for the everything else. So let's see how bauxite actually looks in there. And then you go to the carpentier. 3 orange wood chairs, if you will. Orange wood crate, and an orange wood barrel. Apparently I did not order the orange wood crate for some reason. Click. Thank you. Now, yeah, one of them is lapis and bauxite, the other one is lapis and basalt. I'll put the bauxite and basalt on top to specifically make sure that they make that first, because we generally use that as decorations instead of the tiling. So getting the decorations up first is rather important. Also, we apparently have a lot of food because it's overflowing. Yeah, this is really looking nice. Mine wall. And actually, as there is clay there, I can very easily have them just simply use that clay as more clay for us to use. Because we'll be replacing that floor And when I mind that like that, just tell me I am pushing that out in that direction. I mean, the thing is, it's red on red, okay? Red on red, to me, doesn't really look too... It looks too plain. There's not really a whole lot of detail to it. And that's the problem for me. I like it to look a little bit different. But it looks alright for now, but eventually I'm going to want something better. Like furniture, wall torch, going to make an orange wood one. And go to the carpenter and orange wood torch. Sawmill. Let's actually put the birch. I didn't want to cancel it. I want to put the birch below orange wood, and actually we're nearly out of birch again. But that's no big deal. And that looks pretty good. I'm going to tell them to replace the floors in the edges, however. Just the one right there, because we're placing a wall on top of that. And actually, right here as well. So that is where our wall is going to go. And you know what? Just do all of it. I don't care. Trying to get it done perfectly, and I'm just like, screw it, just do all of it. I'm guessing that torch is probably done. Correct in this assumption. I am. Let's get the torch in there. It's kind of dark otherwise. But now what I need to do is actually finish this up here. I had a thought. Wasn't I going to have them train up here somehow? Because the thing was that if they train up here, they'll be able to see all the time. And that's the plan. But if they're down there training, how are they going to see the people up here? Okay, what if I move this back one? Then it would be here. So it requires 5 by 5. It's a huge thing. That's the problem. I could move the staircase. What if I move the staircase as far back as possible? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The staircase would be here. The new wall would be here. So build terrain, replace floor with brick blocks. And I'll place the new wall there, and the stairs will be deconstructed. In fact, why don't I deconstruct this and this? And then also... oh no, the stairs would be here, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, I need to deconstruct this, but I don't want to deconstruct that just yet, because otherwise, chances are, either Mants or Goblins are going to walk right in from the back. That's the last thing I would want. But they are at least going to start taking bricks and laying that back there. Because once that wall's done, I can deconstruct the inner parts of this wall and actually make sure the wall is complete. Apparently someone dropped a brick there. How's it go? It's actually going fairly well. It's going much faster than I thought it would. There's actually a few rooms done. What I'm going to do is replace, no, not remove terrain, replace floor with regular old, regular old blocks, merely because I think, well, chiseled look nice. Chiseled might actually work for floors. Oh yeah, that looks pretty nice. Have I used it somewhere else? No, they have engraved. So let's do that. And I will just let them finish the others because reasons. And then build, terrain, floor, chiseled. Out of lapis specifically because they did not put the corner in here. See, all someone needs to do is take the block up there and then they can just use the block to replace all of that. And that floor got partway done. It's something, I guess. So wall, out of blocks, out of bricks, out of here. If I place that there, they're not going to replace the floor. It's kind of important. Because you can see the edge of the floor. Granted, I need to just replace this, but it's just OCD. I think the chiseled floor actually looks pretty nice for small housing. As an entire area floor, I don't think so. I mean, they got walls, people up here will get floors. But they did actually do that pretty dang fast, if I do say so myself. I wasn't expecting this many rooms to be finished by now. I was expecting most of them to be partway finished and not complete in any way, shape, or form. Let's see. We're still making the beds. Slowly but surely we're making the beds. I got all of the furniture completed. Okay, maybe the crate isn't actually there yet, but it's mostly completed. In fact, I think that person might be making it now. That or they're making a bed. Four poster bed. Okay. What I think I'm going to do is win these floors. When some of the floors actually get finished, I'll start putting beds in them, and eventually I'll put just a table and a chair, a torch, and a statue in there. So what I'll do is I'll just bring this up, just example. Bed will go here. Table, chair, a wall torch, a statue, and then at the foot of the bed will be a little dresser for their various knickknacks that they wish to collect. It'll be cramped, but it's a 3x3 housing space. Kind of apartment-like, in a way, but I don't think they mind. I think they'll just be happy to get out of the dirt dormitory and actually have their own rooms. Even if it's nothing but a bed. Not even a torch, just to keep them lit. Just a bed in a room that isn't with everybody else in the fort. Still has 0 progress. So I get some progress on it, and then I realized my flaw in it, so I go to fix that, and then it's not happening. Terrain. Replace floor with dirt. Reason why I'm doing that is still farmland. I do not want it to be farmland. Kind of bugs me. It bugs me like these, but these are never going to grow, so I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with them. I might tile this entire area and have it like a decorative entrance with the fences, and have splotches of grass with little gardens that have splattering of trees, and I think that looks pretty nice. Or would look pretty nice when I actually get to it. But now that they're done the spam replacing, they should actually be eating up the blocks more. So we should have to worry about them eating up all the blocks and not going to replace this less shortly. Hopefully, anyway. That's the plan. You are still managing to make the birch logs. I am proud of you. Granted, we chopped down some trees, which made it last just a little bit longer, but not too much. But we are keeping tabs on the trees, which is nice. That gives us additional fruit, and it allows us to get more wood to work with as well. In fact, we have 692 bloody logs. In fact, I'm going to go to stocks, go to items, and look at what wood we do have. Okay, apple is still in the 200s. When it gets down to about 100, and if we don't have a large stock of pine still, I will switch it over to orange wood. Because I still want to have a large enough stock that I don't have to worry about it, but I don't want to have it so large that it's just kind of sitting there. I think I might cycle the woods just to actually make sure our wood creating is afloat. You know, one of these episodes, this bunker is going to be completed, and I am going to be ecstatic, as I'm sure all of you will be as well. They went in there to replace that, but they didn't go in there to do any kind of building. Okay then. I'm giving them too much bloody work to do. They literally can't keep up with all of the orders that I'm giving them. Oh hey, I didn't actually place the floor in that room. Alright, let's pause. Add, build, floor, chiseled. Lapis right here. Then terrain, replace floor with some more chiseled lapis. And you know what? I'm just gonna do this one and then do chiseled lapis on top of the ones that say they're supposed to be bricks. Any other rooms that have their floor completed? Not really. However, this one, I apparently forgot to do the floor in as well, so I can just replace the floor in that one. Because why not? Some of the rooms on this side are actually getting completed too. In fact, some of them are. For the floor, anyway. So you know what that means. More floor replacing. And this floor, and this floor, I need to fix that. Whoa! Let me finish this first. Apparently mats. Oh, there's another one, too. I don't think mants are so much of a danger that they can outright kill somebody. I mean, if I look at the farmer, his health is okay. He's actually bleeding from both his legs. I take that back. They probably both stung him. In fact, I'm going to go to advance just to look at what happened there. Yeah. They each bit at one of his legs. Who is... Oh. Why is it that when we need, like, desperately need the shield bearer? The shield bearer... No, the shield bearer isn't actually sleeping. Although, I'm going to check. Because you remember what happened? No, it's right there. I'm blind. So, I am going to ring the alarm bell. And put it on slow as the soldiers go to save the person. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Yes, game, I know there's another man there. I don't... Okay, now I can tell everybody to, not the wheat seed. Now I can tell everybody to fight the mants because the taunter is more or less there. So that means everybody else should come in to help and the mants should die rather quickly. Yep, that is... Well, once we get everybody on the mants don't stand a chance. It's just getting them on the mants and not having people, well, die. And whoa, you were bleeding like crazy by the time you got up here. This guy... Now I know why the beds haven't been made yet, because this guy's so busy on making all of the bandages first. Sheesh. He better be making the bandages first anyway. Now, anything? No. That would be too easy and too helpful and just generally what I want them to do. Here's a thought. Can this clean floor? No, clean floor cannot get rid of blood. I would like for them to just scrub the blood away, because it's kind of, you know... There's blood all the way up our staircase. Sheesh. At least the mants attacked at the base of the staircase and not somewhere else. That would have sucked if they attacked him when he was, like, over here. Or even over here. Cancels job? Can't find path. Who are you and why are you canceling your job? What? Oh, Bobil the farmer. You're planting? So I don't see why you didn't... The farmers are brewing still, aren't they? Agriculture... No, I don't want you to cook or brew. I think I put that on because we were low on people to cook and brew before, but now, really, just let the brewer, the dedicated brewer, handle the brewing. Golly, I need some of these beds, or rooms, made. In fact, what I'm going to do right now is put as many of the beds that I have into their respective areas. So 4 poster bed, we have 7? I did not know this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This entire corner now has bedrooms. I can now designate them as bedrooms and then put furniture in as I get more furniture. And you know what, guys? It's first come, first serve, so whoever gets the beds, gets the beds. I'm sorry, but that's how it works. Although, having said that, I kind of want our soldiers to have beds first. So, population... Actually, let's look at the beds of the English. Let's look at it through the military, so I know who to assign. Seer, Telora, and Doodlebulber. Some of these gnome names. Designate personal quarters right here. For Telora. For Hurritter. And who was the last one? You... Really? You're sleeping in someone else's bed. And Seer. Designate a personal quarters for Seer. And then I will put the rest of these up for whoever decides to claim them first. I'm not sure if actually doing that affects it or not. Does it? Doesn't include walls. No, it didn't seem to. Or at least not walls that you line up like that. Do they actually go into the rooms? Like now that you've slept in there, you have claimed it. Okay. That is fair enough. Now let's see, have they done? No. It's like playing the flipping lottery, waiting for them to do that stuff. And that guy is, again, just going as far as possible to get cotton, when we probably have cotton on the roof by now. No, we actually don't. We do have cotton right here, and he's going all the way out. Like, this is literally just outside the door, and he wants to walk all the way outside the gate, all the way past the bunker, up this hill, across the hill, just to get cotton all the way out in the middle of bumcrap nowhere. He's probably going out here to collect these first before he actually gets the real cotton. But we now are out of birch logs, so no more crafts for us. For now. However, what I think I'm going to do is leave the episode off here. We've gotten, in retrospect, quite a bit done. We have this more well planned. I can actually designate the rooms in here, which will be nice. And I have that, which I could probably actually expand. In fact, I'll probably deconstruct that and move that into here, because the training room isn't going to be there, because it's going to be up here, like, you know, where it needs to be for people to actually see goblins. But these will probably stay here. If not, they might be on either side of the pillar. I think that would be better. Although, having them up... Nah, I think it would look nice. As much as I feel it necessary for them to be up against the wall instead of in the middle of the room, I think it would look nice. But I can move those there, I can start designating those rooms, and eventually they'll actually go over and do that clay. They have actually done quite a bit of the rooms. I'd say the rooms are about half done, so we'll definitely get them done by the end of spring. Now, whether we'll get the bedding or not by then, that's a different story. But then after that, I can furnish them, and they'll get doors and all the other stuff that I mentioned, and it'll make them be even nicer. Everybody get a wonderful night's sleep, and they'll be able to work even harder for the kingdom. But that is for next time. Until then, see you later.